moving on to the next slide, we have the hospital areas. Now there are various and numerous areas that are involved in a hospital building. Given the current conditions of the pandemic that we are in, now people are more educated about the different areas in a hospital than they were before 2 years. So it is a very crucial structure, as we all know. Different kinds of hospitals can be there. It can range from a simple clinic where 1 or 2 doctors are operating, and it can range and it can go up to an entire campus where various buildings are involved. The highest scale of project in a hospital is a medical college come hospital area. That is, it will be a dedicated hospital as well as a medical college. Okay, that is the largest scale of project we can go in any kind of hospital. So the different areas here are firstly the reception area. Now we'll take a standard model for discussing the hospital areas. Okay, so I don't have to mention every time that this area will be there and this will be not. Okay, firstly we have the reception area. Now there are generally more than one reception areas in the hospitals, as various or numerous patients are there in the hospital. These patients, some of these patients need to be attended very quickly due to some kind of emergency. So the reception staff is stationed there 24/7 and they work non-stop for the hospital. Then we have the administration area. Now the administration area generally looks after the different kinds of things they are generally the supporting team for all the other members of the hospital. That is, they support the nurses, doctors, ward boys, reception, accounting team. They also look after the different transport of medical equipments, medicines. So they are involved in the administration of the entire hospital area. Next, we have the nursing station. Nursing station is the place where the nurses are stationed, as the name suggests. So the male nurses as well as the female nurses are always in that area, and they are called upon by the doctor whenever and wherever needed. Okay. Then we have the OPD. OPD is the standard operation area. Then we have the waiting lounge. Now there are multiple levels of waiting lounge in hospitals. The most common one is that general waiting lounge, where you or any kind of people that are visiting the hospital will be seated. Unless it is an emergency case, you will be told to wait in that common or general waiting lounge. Then we have a waiting lounge for admitted patients. That is, if a family member or a friend of yours has been admitted to some kind of room in the hospital, then there will be a separate or different waiting lounge for you. And finally, we will have the waiting lounge which are not for any kind of patients. They are for the MRs, medical suppliers, medical representatives, any kind of equipment dealer. That kind of people also visit the hospital from day to day. A separate waiting lounge will be there for them too. Next, we have the dressing room. Of course, as we know that doctors need a special kind of dressing. Okay, it might range from aprons to PPE kits, the personal protective equipment kits. Then they need various types of latex gloves, masks, a hard hat sometimes. So all these things are stored inside the dressing room, and different dressing rooms are designated depending upon the specialty of that area. Specialty means what kind of treatment is being given. Major or bigger hospitals will generally be multi-speciality, that is, various kinds of treatments and ailments will be given there. Okay, so they have different dressing rooms. Then we have the operation theater, where the operation will be conducted. The operation theater will have different and high level of instruments, medical equipments which are needed as per the kind of operating room it is. Okay. Then we have the patient wards and patient rooms. Now patient wards are generally an open area, a closed area, but a bigger area where a number of patients are being stationed. That is, there will be multiple beds in that one area, So no separation will be there for different patients, that is wards. And then we have patient rooms where high level or high profile cases will be there. So a single patient will be given a dedicated room. Okay. Then we have the laboratory facilities. Of course, there will be a very high amount of work going on in the different labs in that facility. Different kinds of tests will be going on there. Medical tests or pharma tests generally need some very controlled temperature to carry out certain tests. So all of these will be taken care of in the laboratory facilities. Then we have the pharmacy. Almost all the hospitals have a dedicated pharmacy area where you can buy the prescribed medicines for your patient or for your family or relative. Okay. And some of the specialized medicines won't be available in that pharmacy, so you will be told to go and buy it outside the hospital. Then we have the isolation room and the linen room. Now linen room will generally store the different kinds of PPE kits or different clothes that are needed by the staff, nurses, ward boys or the doctors. Okay. There is a very high need of all these clothes. They need to be cleaned and disposed of on a daily basis. So generally what hospitals do is that they make or they design the linen room in such a way that it stores 1 week worth of material or clothes, and another entire area, storage area, is dedicated for the storage of a monthly need of all these clothes. So for day-to-day basis, we'll have a small linen room, and then we'll have a big storage room for the same things. Okay. Then we have the clean and dirty utility room. Clean as well as dirty is that one room will be providing us with clean equipments, clean clothes, clean instruments which are being used in the operation or testing of the patients, and other one will be the dirty utility room where all these things will be all the dirty things will be dumped off for cleaning. All right. Now next we have the triage area. Now triage area can be told as the most critical area for any hospital. In simple words, triage area is the area which is the first point of contact for a patient in a critical condition. So if a patient needs if a patient has been through some accident or has been through various or multiple traumas and needs immediate medical attention, then he or she will be brought to the triage area and they will be admitted directly for the operating procedures. Okay. If your case is not very crucial or risky, then there are various kinds of formalities that are needed to be filled. Only after that some kind of procedure will be done for you. But the triage area does not involve all those formalities. That is, they will treat the patient first and then they will go on for the formalities. Okay. So triage area is basically an area for a very high profile or very serious case, or some kind of mass fatality or some kind of big accident has happened for that. Okay. Next we have the space for wheelchairs. The space for wheelchairs is generally provided on every floor. It may be used for any patient who has been through some kind of accident. They can't walk or they are very weak so that they can't walk by themselves right now. So all of them will be provided with wheelchairs. Okay, and this will be a storage area for that. Next we have the stretchers and trolleys. Now of course the patients who are not capable of walking or are weak, they will be transported through the stretchers and trolleys up till the operation room if needed, and a storage area will be there for all this. Then we have the medical offices. The medical offices are generally the consultation rooms where the normal patients will be called upon by the doctor for checkups or some kind of tests to be conducted. Then we have the duty rooms. This is the internal meeting room for the hospital staff. Then we have the morgue. Generally a separate area for the morgue will be there, wherein a cold storage will be built for storing the dead bodies inside the hospital, and the dead bodies will be released upon post-mortem and after the legalities are claimed and the body is claimed by the family or someone. Okay. Then we have a police control room. Now, a dedicated police control room is always provided in any kind of hospital. This police control room always acts upon the different kind of cases that are being admitted inside the hospital. Say it might be an accident case or some kind of trauma is being inflicted upon a patient. So the police will confirm or see to it that any kind of criminal action is not involved in that case. So their main responsibility is to look upon the various legalities that are involved in all the cases that are being admitted to the hospital. Then we have the toilets. Different toilets will be there dedicated to certain staffs, and certain visitors will have a different visitor toilet area. All the patient rooms that we saw earlier will have a dedicated toilet. Inside the room there will be a different toilet area for the nursing staff and the doctors. So all these toilets are also designed on all the floors. We'll have the water, drinking water area. So a water dispensary will be there for the provision of drinking water. Canteen will be there. Different kinds of canteens will also be there in the hospital. One will be a general canteen for the visitors or the family members of the patients who are admitted. One canteen will be there where exclusively food for the patients is being prepared. That is, a specialized kind of food that is to be provided to the patient is prepared there. One canteen will be there for the doctors and the nursing staff. The nursing staff and doctor canteen and the visitor canteen might be common. It depends on the type of hospital. Then we have the stores. Various and numerous kinds of stores are needed in a hospital. We discussed many of them in the previous points. So different storage areas are being built. Then we have the ICU and ICCU rooms, the intensive care unit and intensive critical care unit rooms. These rooms will generally consist of a ventilator, as the patients admitted here are in a very critical situation. So specialized rooms will be there for them. Then we have the record rooms. Now all the records of the medical history of any kind of patient is being kept or stored in the record rooms, because many a times what happens is they can be used for various purposes, like some kind of case is being dealt with at present, then the results of that case, what scenarios happened, those can be replicated into the future patients for better results. The records might also be used by the police if some kind of criminal activity comes up later on. These records are also used for the same patients down the line in future. So there are various applications for the records being stored, and a dedicated area is there for their storage. Next, we have the room for ambulance drivers. Now, ambulance drivers are always expected to act immediately because their main job is to act under pressure. So a dedicated room for the ambulance driver is also given separately, so that they are always ready to move out upon one call. This was the first part. There are still some areas remaining, which we'll see in the next slide. This is the hospital areas part 2. Up till now, we saw the various kinds of areas that are used by people. They may be patients, visitors, doctors, the nursing staff, the administration team from day-to-day basis. Now, this part 2 consists of the different areas which are mainly for the service provision of the hospital area. Firstly, we have the garbage disposal. Since there are a high number of people involved in this area, in this structure, a garbage disposal is very necessary. It is a medical or hospital area, so different kinds of surgeries and operations will be taking place, so that garbage is also to be disposed. So a garbage disposal area is provided. Loading and unloading area is there. Various types of beds, stretchers, trolleys, medical equipment, medicines, all of these things come in and go out of the hospital on a daily basis. So we need to provide a dedicated path for the loading of these equipment and unloading of them inside the campus. Okay. Next, we have the maintenance room. Maintenance room is here for the different maintenance of various equipments. It may also be used for the maintenance of all the services that we are talking about. So a dedicated area will be there for the maintenance room. Then we have the standard security area. The security cabin will be there. There might also be more than one security cabins depending upon the size of the hospital or the campus. Then we have an oxygen or gas area. Now, this is also one thing that we witnessed in this pandemic, that a dedicated oxygen area is very helpful to the patients in such critical situations. If we have a dedicated gas area or oxygen area, we won't be needing any emergency supplies of these cylinders that we are seeing today. So what these areas do is, these are the storage areas for the cylinders, wherein the cylinders are stored in a very specific and restricted manner, which is prescribed by the government, because these are highly inflammable gases. The major requirement of out of all the gases is oxygen, whereas certain kinds of gases are also used in different treatments, so they are also stored inside this gas area. Next, we have the water system. The water system takes care of the entire water need of the hospital. Water will be needed at various points and various stages inside the hospital. Then hospital is a big building. We will have centralized air conditioning there, so we'll need the AHU service area, the chillers and the CT cooling towers here. Then for the electrical needs, we will have the transformer, ST substation and LT panel room. Since there are a lot of people, a lot of patients and high-end equipment or machines which will use high power or which will have a requirement of high power, these are very crucial, and UPS are also installed because we can't risk losing power midway surgery, which can also result in the death of some patient. So the electrical services in a hospital are kept very top notch. All in all, this brings us to the end of the different areas and different elements that are involved in any kind of hospital. Now we talked about a very big hospital, multi-speciality hospital or a campus. The clinics will have a very less number of areas which is provided in this list. Okay. Now moving on to the next slide. This is just one image of the hospital project that we have done. So this brings us to the end of the second sector, that is the commercial sector. We saw the different types of structures that are included in the commercial sector. We saw the different kinds of areas that we need to keep in mind while designing for any kind of commercial sector. Okay.
Engineers and architects connect community by creating mega infrastructures, help community through technology and innovations, can change the future of the world. Hokidemi has evolved to contribute in their mission. Hokidemi, shaping professionals for a better future. Hokidemi is aiming to be the world's largest learning platform for engineers and architects. Hokidemi will help you to develop your skills in project design and management, to become team leaders and project managers in mega structure projects. Hokidemi provides learning by high-quality video lectures in all sectors like power, industrial, commercial, institutional, residential, etc., based on 1,000 plus real projects done by our group on hokidemi.com, like power plants, industries, R&D centers, food and dairy, residential townships and club, hotel and resorts, corporate offices, malls and multiplex, institutes, hospitals, museums, cattle farms, sports complexes, golf courses, amusement parks, mega events. Why Hokidemi? Pay per video enables learners to pay only for lectures of choice. Only well-known experts and manufacturers evaluated by our team can post videos at Hokidemi. Hokicart.com. Hokicart is a publication platform for Hokidemi team, external experts and manufacturers for books, drawings, articles and research papers, product catalogs. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel to stay updated on our latest contents.